It's time to meet the U.S. Hydro Flask Snowboard team for your 2025-2026 season. And why is that so important right now? Because it's an Olympic year. That is why it's important, because these guys and girls are competing for an opportunity to represent the good old USA in the Olympics. So this is a big year, and it's time to get right down to it, right? Who's going to be on the team, who's not? But first of all, you have to look at it this way. Only 4 competitors will make it onto the halfpipe team on the men's side, and only 4 competitors will make it to the halfpipe to compete in halfpipe on the women's side. So you get 4 guys, 4 girls. Okay, that's how that starts out. And then you look at slopestyle. Slopestyle is the one snowboarding event, or one of them, that you can double medal in, because not only do you compete in slopestyle, you compete in big air too. And it's the same deal. You're going to have 4 on the women's side, 4 on the men's side representing the USA. So that's how it looks right now. And if you look at where, let's take 2, for instance. Let's take slopestyle men, right? So you take 4 to the Olympics. Has anyone pre-qualified? Yes, they have pre-qualified. That man right there, Red Gerard, has been the one person to qualify on the men's side. So Red, no matter what he does this season, no matter what he does at the World Cups, he's going to represent the U.S. In the Olympics in Milano. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to be there. I'm excited about it. So Red Gerard has done it on the guy's side. So what does that mean? It only means that there's 3 spots left to fill the slopestyle / big air team. And if you look at women's halfpipe, we have a pre-qualifier, and that woman right there is going to be Chloe Kim. So Chloe Kim has already earned a spot to represent the red, white, and blue right there. She's done it by what she did last season. I think it was the last competition that they both did good on. They both podiumed, which locked them in to pre-qualified spots. So the same thing in women's halfpipe. So now you only got 3 more spots available for the women to fill. And on the men's slopestyle team, 3 more on the men. So that's how it is looking. Let's take a look at your pro slopestyle big air team as it stands right now. So here it is. Women on the top here. Jamie Anderson, Lily Duanaway, Rebecca Flynn, Haley Langland, Julia Marino, and Hannah Norman. All right, those are the ones right there. And if you kind of do the story on this one now, Jamie Anderson making a comeback. She competed in Beijing. She's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. I think she has 3 Olympic medals. And she's trying to get back on the team. I mean, she's on the team, but she's trying to earn a spot to compete in Milano, in Italy. So look at the spots right now. You got to think Julia Marino is pretty much going to be a lock. She stays healthy. Same with Haley Langland. You got to think they're going to represent again, as they have been at past Olympic Games. So you got to think Julia Marino, veteran, Haley Langland, veteran, probably definitely should make the team, those 2, okay? So now you got 2 more. There's been a lot of Hannah Norman talk as of recent, too. A lot of hype on Hannah Norman. Can Hannah Norman get one of those spots in there? Can Rebecca Flynn slide in? Pun intended. You know, you got to rhyme every now and then. Duanaway. How about Lily Duanaway? Can she get in? So you have to look at it this way. So Jamie Anderson, I feel like, can get in there with what she has. She's got the tricks. She has amazing rail sections. I don't know what she's doing, working on besides the 1080. I know she has that a couple different directions. We don't know. I don't know if she's working on a 14 or what. But Jamie Anderson, I think, is pretty much a lock to make that team. I don't see how she does not make that team. Julia Marino, Haley Langland, Jamie Anderson, which would leave you 1 more spot. Is it Duanaway? Is it Flynn? Is it Norman to represent? So that's what it's going to come down to. And that's why it comes down to these World Cups. The first one's coming up in China. They go back-to-back big airs in China, which will give these women a chance to get their feet underneath them, so to speak, and to vie for the spots. Now let's talk about men's slopestyle. Now, we already talked about Red Gerard. You can see Red Gerard is on that list. Red Gerard is, 4th down. So he's already earned. No matter what he does, Red Gerard is on the team. There's nothing he could do to not be on that team now, right? So could he take it easy? I don't think that's in Red Gerard's category to take it easy, but he's already earned. So that leaves 3 spots. And who are these 3 spots going to go to? Is it going to go, Jake Cantor, Chris Corning, who's this will be his 3rd Olympics, something like that. Shaun Fitzsimons out of Hood River, Oregon. Shaun's got a good shot at it too. Dusty Henderson, of course, he's got a good shot at it. Ollie Martin has been turning heads. Luke Winkleman as well. So that's going to be the hardest one to fight right there. The slopestyle big air team for the men, because you got 3 spots and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys going for those final 3 spots. So that's going to get interesting as things continue on, for sure. All right, let's talk about Halfpipe for a second. What's going on with Halfpipe? Well, we already talked about, you look at the top section here. Here's the women's side, the Halfpipe Pro team. 4 of them can go to the Olympics. Chloe Kim has already punched a ticket to the Olympics. Now, who else is going? Is it Maddie Mastro, Maddie Shafrick, B. Kim, or Sonora Alba? Sonora Alba coming off a crushing injury. I think it was her hip. So will she be able to get back in time to compete on the World Cup level? Chloe Kim's already got the ticket. And I would imagine Maddie Mastro, no matter what, will get in there too as a number 2 spot for sure. And then you got to think, with Sonora out, B. Kim right there from out of Palos Verdes, you got to think that she and Maddie Shafrick will get in, because that would round out your 4, depending on what happens with Sonora Alba. Is she able to come back? I'll keep you posted on that one. Now you look over the men's side of things for the Halfpipe team. And then you see Alessandro Barberi, Chase Blackwell, Levko Fedorowicz, and Lucas Foster and Chase Josie. Chase Josie, the veteran among the group, who's got plenty of Olympics experience. So you got 4 spots there. And you got 5 guys vying for that spot. Who's the odd one out? Who's the one who gets in? That's a tough one right there. That's going to be tough to call. Because now remember, now no matter what, we've covered all this stuff about who could be on the team, who could not be on the team. But there is something called a coach's discretion pick, where the coach, right towards the end, can pick someone over somebody. So that means even though somebody earned a spot, maybe just squeaked in that 4th spot, but then you got a veteran who ended up in 5th, who's been to numerous Olympics and will not cave under the pressure, not that this other person would. Then you look at that situation, and that's called the coach's discretion pick, where they could legally pick the other person who ended up in 5th over 4th, because that's the decision they have. And there was talk of that being used if Shaun White did not make the team back in the day, but they did not have to go through that. All right. Snowboarders debate. Yesterday I posted a video, spin versus style. I want to get into that. Hey, Access Media Snowboard, subscribe, like, turn on notifications, and share it with your friends. If they're snowboarders, they're going to like the competitive side of snowboarding. All right. Snowboarders debate, spin versus style. All right. Put that video out yesterday. Got some talk on it, and then got a message from a member of the U.S. snowboard team, the Halfpipe team, Lucas Foster. An amazing snowboarder, dude that gives back. Had this to say about spin versus style. I was talking about that there's a lot of purists in snowboarding that do not like the fact that more spins keeps getting more points, and something has to change. I was talking about that. Purists, and Lucas Foster brings up many good points here. Here it is. The average couch watching person is stoked on seeing a 2340. That's the spin rotations, by the way, a 6.5. But is a 2340 going to inspire them to go buy a snowboard? I think that's the argument these days. Contest kids can't get sponsors for crap because the spin to win is not actually converting sales like it once was, and that's apparent. Take it from a rider's perspective, a high-level rider's perspective. Sure, we all will add the extra 180 because the only option is to stay in the mix when we stay in this rut, of course, never changing big air, half-pipe, etc. But I know all of us contest riders would love to mix things up a bit and not be spinning 2560s to break even financially. It goes much deeper than snowboard purists. Thank you, Lucas Foster. Lucas is amazing. Out of Telluride, he was the guy in 2023, first one to do the dub alley-oop McTwist, Secret Garden, which is coming up. That's the second World Cup on the way. And Lucas makes a good point. When I was a kid, we'd look to the magazines and some VHS film for snowboarding that hyped us up. You'd look at the magazine, someone boosting off a cliff, and you would look at that, and I was like, oh, man. And you almost felt it was attainable. Not that big of a boost, but you'd see guys like Craig Kelly, Damian Sanders, guys that I look up to when I was a young Grom, Sean Palmer, guys like that, and you would see what they would do, and that's where your hype was. So that would get you focused on trying to get a new board, getting some boots, getting whatever you need to get the proper kit, all that. So you looked at that, but nowadays it's completely different. And does someone spinning the rotation hype you up? I mean, you could look at it as sports. Like, I mean, you're going to watch professional baseball, but you're never going to be a professional baseball player. I mean, does that hype you up to go out and play, beer league softball? I don't know. But in this situation, he makes so many good points that it's a rut that snowboarding has gotten into with the spins. But right now, I don't see a way out of it, and I wish there was. I wish there was a way out of it with snowboarding, that it didn't have to go like another 180 is going to get you more points. Or if you add a 360 to this, and if you have two 16s and two 14s in your run and a 10, you're good. You're there, So I don't know how it changes in snowboarding, but it's a rut, and that's where it's at. The spin to win doesn't motivate people to go out and buy snowboards, but as a couch watcher, it's exciting to watch. The stories keep you interested. If there's why do you care about this guy? Because he went through this, he went through that, and all of a sudden he's competing at the highest level. I mean, those stories are there, and I think that also gives people an interest in watching it, but not necessarily transfers into going out and buying a snowboard. So there you go. Hey, that's going to do it. Long-winded, man. Access Media Snowboard. Subscribe, like, share it with your friends. It's all about competitive snowboarding. We got World Cups on the way. All this is happening and more, and we'll keep you on the edge of your seat with all the results, news, and stories on Access Media Snowboard. I'm Brett J., and I'll see you on the hill.